If any question, please wait until the end of each session. Then we will try our best to answer as many of your questions as possible.
Will there be breakout room today?
There are no background today.
No breakout room. Okay.
Yeah. So 现在已经是2:35了，然后我们将会开始我们的 workshop。然后如果你有任何问题请等到每个 session end 了过后，我们会每个部分结束了过后，我们会尽力的回答你的问题。好。Next.
All right, so now we'll be beginning the digital clinic workshop for today. Next.
大家下午好，欢迎来到这个数码诊所。我们是来自宜安理工学院的学生，今天会带给你们一些关于数学题的一些分享，谢谢。Next.
So this will be the general overview of what we'll be covering for today. So we'll go through common problems you face when using your phones. So this would include things like networking, your storage issues, battery issues, and other miscellaneous issues. And at the end, we'll give you a general summary of what was covered today. Next.
这是我们今天的目录。首先呢，我们会大概跟大家讲解一下主要的概述啊，然后我们会有讲到2个部分的手机常见问题。第一个部分是关于网络的，还有存储的。第二个部分会提到电池的，还有其他问题。最后呢，会有个小总结给大家重温一下今天我们所分享过的东西当做个执行啊，谢谢。Next.
So to begin, I will explain to you guys what Android is. So Android is actually the operating system that is used to control your phone. So everything that you use on your phone, the apps and whatnot, it is all run on this thing called Android. And Android is a system based on another operating system called Linux. Linux is commonly used for your laptops and computers, things like that. However, this version, Android, is designed for touchscreen mobile devices. Next.
这个是关于安卓手机的概述相信有些这里的美东还是 Mr. 们，你们都有些人在用安卓手机吧？它其实是一个基于修改版 Linux 内核的，还有其他开源软件的移动操作系统。它主要是为触屏手机而设计的。Next.
The other operating system that we'll be talking about today is iOS. So iOS, like Android, is typically used for your mobile phones. The only difference is that iOS is only for your Apple devices. It was created especially by Apple and is actually used for things like your iPhone and iPod Touch.
另外一个手机系统呢是苹果手机的，不是吃那个苹果，而是苹果公司的。它是由苹果公司开创还有开发的移动操作系统。它这个操作系统呢，主要是为苹果公司本身的许多的产品手机提供运作，比如有 iPhone， 你们有些人有在用的，还有一些 iPod Touch 之类的。Next.
So once again, the common problems that we'll be going through today are networking issues, which comprises of things that are like Wi-Fi. If you have a problem with your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, or mobile hotspot, which is sharing your mobile data with other people, similarly to Wi-Fi. The next category would be memory issues. So things like RAM and ROM, which we will go into further detail on later. Battery issues. So we'll teach you how to have a look at your battery status and your battery health. And other miscellaneous issues like downloading your apps. Next.
关于这个常见问题的话题呢，在网络部分呢会讲到无线上网，也就是你家里的 WiFi 或者是蓝牙不足热点。关于存储的方面呢，我们会提到关于随地存取存储器或者只读存储器。它这个就例如一些安全数码卡一样，就这个一些储存用的。在电池的部分呢，我们会讲到电池的状态还有它的健康程度。最后还会跟你们分享一些关于下载应用程序的东西。Next.
So a brief disclaimer, right? The layout for Android phones may vary from device to device. So what you may see in the images that we will show you later on might be a bit different. Don't worry, if you have any questions or you are unable to locate certain things that we point out during the slides, feel free to ask us, just put it out in the chat. And once we are done with the section, we will attend to you. Thank you.
先提醒大家，因为关于不同安卓手机的设计有可能不同。如果你无法在你的手机中找到某些设置功能或者一些按钮之类的东西，可以问我们，我们会尽全力去给你提供帮助。谢谢。Next.
Okay, so now I'm going to be covering network issues with you guys. Next.
现在会跟你们分享一些日常会遇到的网络问题。Next.
So today I'll be covering problems with your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile data, and mobile hotspot. Basically your connectivity issues. And I'm going to be presenting two solutions. One of which is to use airplane mode, and the other is to turn on your phone and turn it back on. I'll be going further in depth into these two methods now. Next.
如果你有遇到一些网络问题，比如关于无线上网、蓝牙、移动数据或者弱点，第一个解决方法就是开机飞机模式，等10秒后再关闭你飞机的飞机模式。第二个解决方法就是把你电话关掉，等待10秒后再启动你的手机。
Okay, so for the first way to fix your Wi-Fi problems, you can pull down from the top of your screen the control panel, tap on the airplane icon to turn it on. When it's on, you will see it turn blue. Wait for around 10 seconds and then turn it back off again. When it's off, you'll see that it's gray. Next.
如果你的手机是安卓，你可以在手机的主页往下滑，点击飞机图标，等待10秒后再点击飞机图标。
So an alternative solution would be to go into your settings, selecting mobile network, going to airplane mode, as you can see on the right, and turning it on. You can toggle the switch on and off.
或者你可以进入设置，点击移动网络，你可以看到飞机模式，你可以在那里点击按钮。
So for iOS, you would do the same thing as Android, and you would pull down from the top right corner of your screen to find the control panel, tap on the airplane icon to turn it on, and tap on the Bluetooth icon to turn it off. As long as your Bluetooth is off, this should work. So you're gonna wait for 10 seconds, and then turn off your airplane mode again.
如果您的手机是苹果，从主页右上角往下拉，点击飞机的图标，等待10秒后，再次把飞机模式给关闭。
So an alternative solution for iOS will be to go into your settings, searching for airplane mode, as you can see on the right panel, turning on airplane mode, waiting for 10 seconds, and turning it off again.
另外的解决方法就是进入设置，搜索飞机模式，把飞机模式开启后，再把飞机模式给关闭。您的网络问题应该会恢复了。
So for those using Android, the mobile hotspot way is to first navigate the settings app. Over there, you will see mobile network. Kindly select on it and then tap on filtering and portable hotspot, like the picture to the furthest right. Next.
现在我会分享如何在安卓手机开启热点。首先，你需要进入你手机的设置。当你进入后，点击移动网络。如果你不清楚在哪里的话，你可以看向图片1，显示在红色方形里面的就是你的移动网络。点击后，你会发现你来到了图片2显示的主页。当你来到这主页时，点击网络共享和便携式热点。如果你不知道在哪里的话，你可以看向图片2，显示在红色方形里面的就是你的网络共享和便携式热点。Next.
So once that's done for Android, kindly select personal hotspot, and then after that you will see configure hotspot. When you click into configure hotspot, there will be a few sections where you can edit. For example, your name and password. For the more advanced option, you can also select how many connections it is allowed for the maximum. Due to phone's private content policy, we are unable to give you a demo, but kindly look at the picture further to the right to show you more about it. Thank you. Next.
当你点击网络共享和便携式热点后，你会发现你自己来到了图片一显示的主页。当你来到这主页时，首先点击个文热点。如果你不清楚在哪里的话，你可以看向图片一，显示在红色方形里面的就是你的个文热点。点击后，你会发现你来到了图片二显示的主页。如果你想要开启个文热点，直接点击你的名字的个文热点。如果你不知道在哪里的话，你可以看向图片二，显示在第一红方形里面的就是你的个文热点。这个主页也能帮你配置你想要的热点名称和密码。只要你点击配置热点，你就能更改到你想要的热点名称和密码了。如果你不清楚在哪里的话，你可以看向图片二，显示在第二红方形里面的就是你的配置热点。你有两个选项。第一个选项就是你能允许最大连接数，这是一个高级选项。第二个选项就是你可以设定连接数的限制。这两个选项都能帮你控制你想和别人分享多少连接数。由于手机的隐私内容政策，我们是无法显示例子的。Next.
So for iOS mobile hotspot, similarly, please navigate to the settings application and search for personal hotspot, as shown in the second picture. Next.
接下来我会讲解怎么在苹果手机开启热点。首先，你需要查找并且点击设置标，然后搜索个文热点并且点击。如果你不知道在哪里的话，你可以看向图片二，显示在红色方形里面的就是你的个文热点。
So for iOS mobile hotspot, there will be a toggle on and off button, which allows others to join. When toggled on, the button will be highlighted in green, and when off, it will be a dim gray. So a hint is to turn on maximize compatibility to allow faster hotspot sharing, as shown in the picture. Next.
点击个文热点后，你会发现你来到了图片一显示的主页。如果你想和别人分享你自己的连接数，你可以开启允许其他人加入。如果你不知道在哪里的话，看向图片二，显示在红色方形里面的就是允许其他人加入。提示：如果你打开最大化兼容性，它能允许更快的热点共享。对 ，Next。
Alright, before I begin on this section, are there any questions for what we covered earlier? If there are, feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay, right. If that's the case, then I will now begin on our section on diagnosing slow phones.
OK， 现在我们会到另一个环节，也就是手机慢的问题。Next.
So you probably heard me mention these two words earlier, RAM and ROM. So I will now begin to explain to you in more detail what these two things are. So for RAM, it is a short form for random access memory. And what this is a form of computer memory that your phone uses to kind of use the apps, right? So whenever you want to use an application on your phone, it accesses the RAM and it kind of writes data onto the RAM in order for the app to start operating, right? The other type of memory that we have is called ROM, which is short form for read-only memory. This is a non-volatile memory, and what this means is that even when your phone has no power flowing into it, right, it still stores whatever information has been fed into it, right? And this type of memory is actually used not only in phones, but also in computers. Next.
关于随机存取存储器还有读入存储器，这两个呢，其实它就是一个存储器啊。for RAM 的话，它是一种可以按任何的顺序去读取和更改的计算机内容。 电话形式，通常是用于存储工作数据啊，还有你的机器代码，就是电脑之类的。组织存储器的话是一种用于电脑和其他电子电话的非意识性的存取。Next.
Alright, so now I'm going to begin with how you want to have a look at your storage, right? So if you want to have a look at how much of your storage has been used, you're going to want to go into the settings. As earlier mentioned, you can pull down from the top of the screen. You'll see a little clock. You can click on that. It'll bring you into settings. Then you're going to want to scroll down until you find the storage tab. Afterwards, clicking on it, you'll see the general storage usage being displayed. You can see this in the second image on the right, right? So to check on your storage details, you can actually click on the cleanup button. It'll probably be located somewhere in the page shown in the second image on the right. Next.
关于安卓存储使用呢，你只需要前往你的设置，然后点击存储，也就是你在图片看到一个蓝色的一个图标在红色正方格里面，会显示一般存储使用的状况。如果你要详细检查你的存储空间的话，你需要点击清理的按钮，或者可能其他的安卓手机有不一样按钮，你需要点击一下去查到。Next.
Okay, right. So afterwards, after seeing your storage, you might want to clean it up, right? You might have noticed that perhaps you've used a little bit too much of your storage, right? Or you want to free up some space so that you can download other apps. You can do this with the cleanup feature, which shows you all the possible storage or data in your phone that can be cleaned up, right? So let's say there are a few apps or files that your apps are using that are unnecessary. What this feature does is it actually deletes all these files and it frees up quite a substantial amount of space for you to use, right? A few things that you want to take note, right? You want to clean up with caution. Do check what is being deleted before you delete it, because whatever data that you click to clean up will be permanently deleted after you have clicked it. Also, a disclaimer, some apps might encounter issues if you were to delete some of their data. So as earlier mentioned, do be careful when doing this.
Okay. 再回到存储使用的一个清理功能，这个呢，它会显示您可能在清理的所有应用程序可以清理的数据。可是你要在做这个步骤之前啊，你要特别小心注意的是，这是由系统自己生成的一个建议给你啊，然后你要小心清理，最好在选择删除之前检查好这个是不是你很重要的数据。如果你还是不确定的话，最好找一个比较了解的人，先问问他们的意见。然后你要知道的是，如果选择清理之后，你的数据是永久消失的，你是找不回的。然后，如果你从特定的应用程序中删除了错误的内容或者数据的话，某些应用程序很可能会出现问题。Next.
All right. Next, maybe you want to have a bit closer look at how your storage is being used, like which files are taking up the most space or which apps are taking up the most space. So what you can do is actually go back to the cleanup page and you can scroll down and there will likely be a few different components. As you can see in the image on the right, the first image, you'll see maybe an images, a video, audio, large files and apps, something that looks similar to this. You can click on this and it will show you the total storage used, right? And if you were to say click on the apps area, it will actually show you which app is using how much storage. And that kind of helps you a little bit in deciding maybe which apps you want to be deleting. Next.
Okay. 在另外一个方式呢，只需要向下滚动并点击你的应用程序按钮，就像你这个图看到一个陈述图标，它这个是应用程序的图标。你点了过后呢，你会看到你的所使用的储存空间呢，显示在手机的最顶部。就像这个例子的话，你看到我的存储一共有128 GB， 我已经用了106。然后如果你再往下面看一点的话，它会显示更清楚每个应用程序的所使用的应用存储量会显示在应用程序的右手边，就好像你在第二个图看到的那个长的四方格里面。Next.
So for iOS, if you want to view your storage, you can go to settings, and then in the settings app, you can scroll down and find the general. Yeah. Next.
对于苹果手机呢，如何查看存储的使用状况呢？首先，第一步进入设置，然后第二步呢，就是在设置的页面中向下滚动，并找到常规，再点击，next。
So continuing from just now, you can scroll down and find iPhone storage. So on the second picture on the extreme right, you can see your total used storage will be displayed on the top right hand corner. And then the storage for used by each app will be shown on the right side of the app list. Okay, next.
For 苹果在存储使用的页面里面呢，然后你可以向下滚动并查找，然后 iPhone 的存储，然后进入 iPhone 存储的页面里面，你可以看到一个，在那个页面的右上角可以看到那个总存储空间的使用情况，然后对于每个应用程序呢的存储使用空间呢，将显示在应用程序列表的右侧。比如说我这边的微信有940的 MB，next。
So next, this is some of the ways you can identify slow symptoms on your phone. So firstly, your app often crashes upon launch. Next, the phone may not be responding. So either your app or your operating system may not be responding. Another symptom of a slow phone is that your screen is either black or white upon launching an app or phone. Finally, the last possible symptom could be your phone is constantly restarting, or your phone is stuck at the Android or Apple logo when you switch on your phone. Thanks.
识别手机缓慢的应用症状呢，首先第一步就是应用程序崩溃。当我们启动应用程序时，它会经常崩溃并且闪退。然后第二个状况就是没有反应，应用程序或者有时候在最快的情况下，操作系统本身就没有反应。然后第三个症状呢，就是黑屏。当我们启动某些应用程序或者打开手机时，启动手机时，屏幕是全黑或者是全白的。然后最后一个症状呢，就是不断的重启。有时候手机当我们开机的时候，安卓或者苹果会卡在那个启动页面上。对，so next。
So some of the causes of a slow phone could be one, your hardware or your RAM. So basically, since your OS will require computing resources, if your phone has a lower RAM, then there'll be lesser computing resources for the app to use. This usually occurs when your phone has 4 gig or less RAM. That you have too many apps installed on your phone, or certain apps may be taking up too much of your storage space. So one of the other causes of a slow phone is hardware limitations, meaning that you have too many apps running in the background, which are thus taking up too much memory resources. Next.
有3种原因导致你手机会很慢。然后首先第一种呢，就是硬件问题。当操作系统需要计算的资源，操作系统本身需要计算资源，当 RAM 太小的时候，可供其他应用程序使用的计算资源就会减小。通常这边 RAM 指的是这边 RAM 太小指的是通常小于4GB。然后第二个原因就是存储空间。那手机上安装的应用程序过多，或者某些应用程序占用过多的空间，手机也会导致手机的卡顿。然后最后一个原因就是硬件的限制，后台运行的应用程序过多，占用过多的资源，也会导致手机卡顿。Yeah, thanks.
So some of the solutions to resolving this issue could be firstly to delete the unused apps, meaning that you delete and remove applications which you do not use often or basically are not in use. Another solution is closing background apps, basically killing background app tasks because background apps usually occupy lots of memory resources. Another solution could be upgrading your OS version. This is because older OS might have slower performance, and it's always better to upgrade to a newer OS. Another solution is considering a better phone, meaning that you can get a higher end phone with 8 gig of RAM or more, or and also with a phone with 1 terabyte of storage. Next.
我们会提过4个解决方案。首先，第一个解决方案呢，就是删除未使用的应用程序，删除你不再使用的应用程序。然后第二个解决方案呢，就是关闭后台的应用程序。任务终结后台应用程序，后台通常会占用大量的计算资源。然后第三个解决方案呢，就是升级操作系统。比较旧的操作系统版本可能会导致性能比较低，请考虑把系统操作版本升级到最新的版本。然后最后一个解决方案呢，就是请考虑高端一点的手机。考虑高端手机通常指8GB 的内存或者以上，或者是1TB 的储存空间或者以上。
For how to delete apps from your Android phone, first you want to go to your home screen and press and hold the app icon of the application that you want to delete and tap on the uninstall button. Alternatively, you can go to uninstall, you can to uninstall for stop and manage apps and settings, you can go to apps and go to apps list and tap on the app that you want to manage. Next.
现在我会和你们分享怎么删除未使用的程序。首先，你需要转到主屏幕，然后按住应用程序图标，最后点击卸载。如果你们还不能删除应用，可以用另外一个方法。你可以通过导航到设置，然后按应用程序，再按应用程序来卸载，强制停止和管理某些应用程序。这就会显示手机上的应用程序外表。最后你可以点击你要管理的应用程序。Next.
On iOS, if you're using Apple or iOS, to delete the app, similarly, you press and hold on the app icon of the application that you wish to delete, tap on Remove App, and tap on Delete App. One hint, don't tap on the Remove from Home screen, as Apple will keep the app in the apps library and the app will not be removed from your phone.
现在我会和你们分享怎么删除未使用的程序。首先，你要按住应用程序图标大概3秒，然后点击删除应用程序，最后再按删除应用程序多一次。我会给你们的一个提示就是不要点击从主屏幕删除，这是因为苹果手机会将应用保存在库中，不会完整的删除你想删除的应用。Next.
If you're using an Android and you want to close background apps, tap on the square button, or for some phones, it is 3 horizontal lines at the bottom of your screen, and swipe out at the specific app that you want to close that app. Or you can also tap on the dustbin icon at the bottom to close all running apps. One hint, nothing will appear if you don't have any application that is running. Next.
现在我会和你们分享关闭后台应用的程序。首先，你要点击手机屏幕底部的正方形按，然后在特定应用往上滑动，以关闭一个特定应用。最后点击垃圾箱图标，以关闭所有正在运行的应用程序。可是，如果你没有任何正在运行的应用程序，你的电话屏幕就不会出现任何内容。Next.
Okay, if you're using iOS or Apple and you want to close the background apps, you swipe up from the bottom of your screen, and then you swipe up swipe up your unwanted background application. Similarly, if you do not have any background app running, it will not show the second screen. Okay, next.
现在我会和你们分享关闭后台应用的程序。首先，你要从底部屏幕向上滑和按住你的屏幕大概1秒。最后，你可以把你想删除的后台应用向上滑，这就会关闭你的后台应用。可是，如果你没有运行任何后台应用的程序，它就不会显示图案的第一个屏幕。
Hello, cannot see your full screen. The wording all hide halfway. Left side. Yes, okay. Cannot see halfway again.
Hello, Madam Tan, is it?
Yes.
Your meaning you cannot see the full screen, is it because the image blocking or something else?
I think it's your screen. I don't know. My laptop cannot see your yeah. Sometimes halfway, sometimes maybe like that okay, but still cannot see the full screen anyway.
Or do you go and minimize?
Now can see already.
Now can. Okay.
Okay.
Can, thank you.
Okay, if you want to end you can go to settings, tap on system and updates, and tap on software update. And it will show you if your device is up to date or if you should update and install the new OS. One hint, it is strongly recommended to keep your OS version up to date to prevent performance issues such as security loopholes and certain apps not functioning as desired. Next.
现在我会教你们怎么更新操作系统软件。首先，你需要进入安卓的设置，然后点击系统和更新，再点击软件更新。最后，你电话屏幕会显示你的操作系统软件是最新或需要更新和安装。我会建议你们保存你的操作系统软件版本为最新，这会防止性能问题，例如安全漏洞和某些应用程序无法正常的运行。Next.
Okay, so update your OS if you're using an Apple or iOS phone. You can go to settings and then scroll down and find the general setting.
现在我会教你们怎么更新操作系统软件。首先，你需要进入苹果手机的设置，然后向上滑动屏幕，搜索常规。Next.
Once you're in the general settings, you can click on software update and then tap on download and install. If your phone already installed the newest OS version, it will display and hint you at the last screen. Next.
现在你需要点进更新软件，再点击下载并安装的按钮。可是，如果你的手机安装了最新的操作系统版本，它将会在最后一个屏幕显示并提示你。Next.
Next session, I will be going through the problems with batteries that you might get on both Android and iOS devices in the next few slides.
Okay, everyone. Just now, someone mentioned about the hotspot, right? You wish to know more about it, right? OK， 大家因为刚刚我们有提到热点的问题，所以你们希望能更好了解的话，我现在会做一个小示范给你们看一看。So, Jimmy, I take over your screen. OK， 大家看到吗？这个是我的手机萤幕。看到的话可以跟我举手，或者是跟我说看到，谢谢。
看到。
看到，很好，谢谢你的回复。Okay, so does everyone can see my screen? Is my full screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for the response. Okay, now we'll go to a hotspot demo first. So how you configure a hotspot? So there's one way. if you can see here, there's this hotspot thing inside my control panel. Beside the torch at the right hand side, if I tap it one time, then it will activate the hotspot. But before that, you need to configure a setting, which you go to setting, then you go to the mobile network. If too fast, let me know. I can slow down a bit more. And then I click on the tethering and portable hotspot. Yeah, then I will go to the personal hotspot already. So from here, I can configure what are the things I can configure.
Can you slow down, please? Can you slow down?
Okay, sure. So sorry. I back to here again now. So first, setting. You go to mobile network. Go to the tethering and portable hotspot, which is below the SIM management. And then you click on the personal hotspot. Then inside you will see your personal hotspot detail already. So first, you click on the configure hotspot first. Inside, you can configure name and then the encryption key. Oh, I think at this part, because of the policy issue, they won't show the confidential info because inside got my password, so I cannot show. But mainly is you go to this screen, right? After you go and click on the configure hotspot, you can set up your hotspot name or maybe your name or any name you want people to recognize it as. Then set a password. So whoever get the password, then they can access the hotspot that you share. But one thing to take note is this hotspot is go by your mobile data, which means if you go by monthly plan or you didn't subscribe any plan, just based on your SIM card, what are the available data they offer you, right? You take note if once you exceed the limit, you cannot use your mobile data anymore. Or if you subscribe a plan, if you exceed the limit, you might have to pay for extra charge by your internet service provider, maybe like StarHub, Singtel, and one. Yeah, so these are a thing to take note. But why hotspot is sometimes it's good because maybe when you're outside, there's no Wi-Fi. Then you got the other device, or sometimes your friend need a network for a while. Then you maybe can share with them for a while. But as long as you don't do something like you use hotspot or data to watch YouTube, play video, that kind of thing, the data usage is still acceptable because for video stuff, right? Normally they need a lot of data, so it's not recommended. Okay, so make sure that every time you enable a hotspot, also, you need to turn it off once you're done using it. Because you don't want later suddenly you keep on turning on, then someone managed to access your hotspot, then you are giving them free data already. Okay. So now let me explain.
Sorry, does that mean anywhere we can use hotspot anywhere?
Okay, you can configure a hotspot after turning it on within specific limited range area. You can share it. So as long as your friend or your another device can detect this hotspot name, right? Yes, you can connect to it. There's a limit. It's not anywhere.
It's not so. It's not anywhere. The place need to have some hotspot thing.
Oh, don't need. The hotspot is within your phone. Just that after you turn it on, the other device which to connect to this hotspot must be nearby you.
Oh, so anywhere we can use hotspot actually anywhere.
Yes. But when you share with someone, the someone need to be near with you
Is it the same as tethering?
Yeah. It's just like your Wi-Fi if you got out of range already, you cannot connect. But as long as your home got Wi-Fi, you can connect with it, right? Yeah, that's the thing. So if you want to connect hotspot, right? If I go to a Wi-Fi thing, I turn it on already. Okay, you are supposed to see there are some names here. It's not there. Here is the Wi-Fi. So you need to find the correct name, then give the password to connect to the hotspot. That's how it works. Are you able to understand?
You mean with Wi-Fi we still can share as hotspot?
Oh no, if you want to enable hotspot, then Wi-Fi cannot be used anymore. It's either one only.
Okay.
Thank you. So let me explain in Chinese again, yeah. Okay, so 如果你们想要用安卓手机热点的话，首先呢，你要去看你的control panel， 就是你的控制栏那边，你的手电筒的右手边，在这里 你要打开那个 hotspot 的图标才可以使用。但是在这之前呢，你还要设置一些东西，去到设置的选项，或者如果在手机的别边，你可以点系统按设置，这边也可以一样的东西，你可以点你的 mobile network， 就是你的手机移动数据了。然后你听上去，你可以点这个中文的翻译是叫什么迭代热点的。你点了一下之后呢，你会听到你的个人热点。你再点击下进去的时候，你会看到你的热点的名字，比如我的这个是 Daniel Smith 20嘛，这是我热点名字，这你可以自己改。然后你要去调它的名字、密码，确认调整好了，你储存你的资料。这样你要打开 hotspot 的时候，你只需要这里按开关就可以了，这有个开关钮在这边。然后呢，你只需要确定你的另外一个想连接热点的设备靠近你的这个分享热点的设备过后呢，去连接它，点它热点的名字。我这个 case 啊，比如我在这边，我打开了我的 WiFi， 我去找，这边应该会有一个名字叫 Daniel Smith 20的热点出现，然后我点进去，输入正确密码过后，我才能使用那个热点。可是这个要注意的是，因为热点是根植于你的移动数据去使用的。如果你是在用手机的移动数据，你的本身的 plan 可能data也不多，最好是省着用，在必要的情况再用。尤其是不建议如果你在外面你想看视频、看 YouTube 之类的，也不建议用了，因为这个是很耗费的移动数据的东西。如果你的移动数据超标的话，你的 ISP 也就是 Singtel、StarHub、M1 之类的可能会 extra charge 你的钱或者是当你要使用完了的时候，记得要把它关掉，因为万一给陌生人连接到你的热点过后呢，你不能你就等于送了免费的 data 给他们用，然后是你在还钱。
One
对，记得
question.
开了要关。Yes.
One question. 但是假设那个人要nearby，但是不知道你的 hotspot， 不知道你的
所以是你需要亲自告诉那个人了。这个就是我们所谓的就安全起见了。你不可能跟人家说我有这个 hotspot 这个密码，你肯定要亲自告诉那个人。
所以不知道你的密码的时候就不能够连接。
不能的，是不能的，除非他们有办法去突破了。这种是很高级的东西很少会发生的。基本上就是这个概念了。就你在外面，你可能刚好你的 laptop 要用到网络，可是附近没有 WiFi 可以用，你就可以用你自己手机hotspot 啦。就这样的例子。还有什么问题吗？
Do you need Bluetooth? Do you need to switch on your Bluetooth?
No, Bluetooth and hotspot is different thing, totally different, not related.
Because just now when you toggle, I saw Bluetooth.
Okay. Why there's a Bluetooth here? Because it's just my shortcut button. So if I navigate to here, I can straight away on and off, just for my own convenience.
I thought I saw Bluetooth tethering or something.
No. Tethering and hotspot. Tethering and portable there's nothing to do with the Bluetooth.
So you're using your personal Wi-Fi to share as hotspot, is it?
Something like this, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, in the right direction. Okay. Thank you for all the questions. I hope you enjoy this demo. Thank you. Okay, now Jimmy.
Okay, so now I'll be showing how to connect to or to turn on personal hotspot on the iPhone instead. So let me just share my screen. Okay. So on an iPhone, basically what you would see is you will see your settings app. So here in your settings, you can go to personal hotspot, and then you can go to personal hotspot, and at personal hotspot, once you toggle this on, so now it's off. Once you toggle it on, other people will be able to join to your personal hotspot once you give them the password. If you don't give or provide the password to the other person, then they will not be able to join up, of course. At the bottom, you will see the maximize compatibility. Basically, it will enable other devices to be able to join your hotspot easily. So another way to do it is to drag down from your top right hand corner here. So here you won't see the personal hotspot option immediately. What you can do is you can press and hold on this square, and then you would see the personal hotspot. Now it's not discoverable, but if you press on right now, you would see that you can it will start being able to connect to or you'll be able to allow other people to connect to your hotspot. Okay, so these are the two ways that you're able to turn on your hotspot on an iPhone. Yeah. Okay, just give me. Okay, so now I'll be sharing in Chinese. So 如果你是用苹果手机的，你就可以按那个 settings 的app，then 你到了那个 settings 那个 home page 的时候，你就按personal hotspot。当你按 personal hotspot 之后，你就可以让别人跟你join 你的 hotspot。So 如果他们有你的密码那个 WiFi 密码，那他们就可以join 那个 hotspot。Yeah, so 如果你要用别的方式，你就可以从那个右上角拉下来，如果你看到那个左上角那个四方形，你就按它，他们在右下角，你就可以看到那个 personal hotspot。现在是开着，所以别人可以看到你的 personal hotspot。Yeah, so 等一下，I'll just share my screen. So if you, so you see here, right, since my personal hotspot is on, when I go to this place, the control center, under Wi-Fi, I'll be able to discover also my personal hotspot. So this will only appear when my personal hotspot is on. Yeah. So if there's no other questions, then I will hand over the time back to Jimmy.
Okay, right. So we'll return back to the problem with battery. So Owen can share again.
For the next section, I will be going through the problems with battery that you might get on both Android and iOS devices in the next few slides.
现在我们将分享关于电池的问题。
There are 4 reasons for causes of fast draining battery. The first is open background apps. When you leave an app open, they still continue to run in the background and consume a lot of battery. The next is power draining apps. Gaming apps such as Mobile Legends, Candy Crush, or PUBG rapidly deplete battery. The third will be old battery. After using the phone for some time, the battery capacity would decrease due to the age of the battery. The last but not least, it will be using mobile data. Mobile data connections do consume more battery than Wi-Fi most of the time.
电池耗电快的原因主要分为4种。第一，后台应用程序。某些应用程序在关闭时仍然会在后台运行，因此继续消耗电量。也有可能是因为某些比较耗电的应用程序通常是游戏相关的，比如 Mobile Legends 和 PUBG。另外，也有可能是因为你的电池很旧了，由于使用了很长的一段时间，导致电池容量下降。最后，也有可能是因为您在使用移动数据， 而且移动出去和无线网络相比会消耗更多的电量。
I will now go through the Android battery health first. You can go to the settings, then tap on the battery button. You can also search using the top search bar if you cannot find the button. We will be showing you how to see the battery device information in the next few slides.
在安卓手机上，如果你想要查看你的电池健康，你可以先点击进入设置，再点击电池。您的手机将会显示关于电池的消息。如果有任何疑问，可以看向右边的图片。
Following from the previous slide, you can tap on more battery settings and modify the battery settings there to better preserve your battery health and prolong its lifespan.
其次，我们再点击更多电池设置的按键，然后再点击开关的按键来切换电池设置。这样一来，能帮你保护电池的健康以及延长电池的使用寿命。
Now, as for the iOS users, you can go to settings, then scroll down and find the battery button. If you cannot find the button, you can also use the search function at the top too.
关于苹果手机的电池健康，我们首先进入设置，再向下滑动找电池。如果有任何疑问，可以看向右边的图片。Next,
you can select battery health. Your maximum capacity is your current battery health. If the number is 70% or lower, it can be considered that your device is not in a good battery position, and the battery or device can be changed to improve it.
接下来，我们再点击电池健康状况。您的手机将会显示您的电池当前的最大容量。当你的手机的电池的最大容量小于70%时，电池状况被视为不良好。Next.
There are 6 solutions to your battery problems, if there are any. The first would be the power, where you can turn on the low battery mode to prolong your battery health. The second would be the Wi-Fi, where you can use Wi-Fi instead of mobile data. The third would be turning off your Bluetooth when not currently used. Next would be closing background apps when not using or finish using them. The fifth would be lowering your device brightness level. You have a brighter screen, it will mean that more battery is being used by the device to power the screen. Last but not least, you can get a new phone. A new battery can also be used to replace the old battery to restore your device battery health to 100%.
我们将为您提供6种解决电池耗电快的方法。第一，你可以开启低能量模式。其次，你也可以选择使用无线网络，而不是移动出去。您不再使用蓝牙时候，也可以把它关闭。同样的，也可以关闭没有在使用的后台应用程序，或者选择把手机亮度调低。如果你的手机已经很旧了，你可以选择买一台新的，或者更换电池。Next.
Okay, now we are going to explain a bit about the Android control panel. So as you can see the image on the right side, on the red square there is the power and battery stable mode. It means maybe when your battery low or you want to save the battery to make it last longer, you can turn on this ultra power saver mode. But to take note, some power saver mode, there will disable certain features inside your mobile phone. Then don't let you to use it. Maybe the most you can use sometimes can.
Juan. Huh?
Sorry, Madam Fan. Okay. Okay, let me answer again. So when you turn on the ultra power saver mode, right? Maybe the things you can do is only maximizing calling and texting only, maybe SMS, maybe WhatsApp kind. The other maybe they don't allow because they want to save your phone battery. So for orange one is the Wi-Fi. Yes, you can just tap it also on and off. Then you can connect it to the available Wi-Fi within your range now. So blue color box is the Bluetooth. And then the purple one is the screen brightness. I'm not sure about others Android, but for my Android phone, right, basically you can see at the purple box, and just swipe it left or right. To the left is less brightness, making it more dim. If you swipe all the way to right, mean maximum brightness, then it will be very bright. But to take note that will consume a lot of battery power also. Next. OK， 上我们会讲到安卓一个快速导航的一个功能了。它其实就好像一个快捷键，把你要的东西放在快速导航里面，你只要点一下就能开关了。在红色格子里面就是电源还有电池的省电模式啦。但是你要注意的是，有些省电模式你开了之后，它会跟你说有些功能不能使用。可能有时候你只能打个电话或者跟人家传信息，因为它主要是为了帮你省电，就很多功能被关闭了嘛。然后橙色格子里面呢，就是你的无线网络就是 WiFi， 你知道开关了也是，只要你的有指定的 WiFi 你可以连接的你就可以直接连接起来。蓝色就是你的蓝牙一样东西你点了开关也是就可以使用了。最后那个就是紫色的格子里面，它有那个屏幕亮度，我不确定其他的安卓手机是这样啊。就通常那个亮度在我的手机是，只要你往左边拉的话，它会变得越来越暗；你往右边拉的时候，它会变得越来越亮。当然也可以把它调成自动了，就是在不同场合会帮你自动调整亮度。要注意的是，当你调整亮度的时候呢，你调的越亮，你的电池消耗量也越快。Next。OK， 现在我想讲的是关于安卓 edit features 的 English word. Now I'm sharing about the edit features in Android. I'm not sure if every Android could have this, but this is a very useful features if you ask me, because it allows you to do a lot of things in shortcut way. And two things is exclusive for Android user only, meaning iPhone users don't have this thing. So first step, you just need to scroll down from top of your phone screen. Then your control panel will appear. Then you see at the right side of this slide, right? There's a red box there bearing the control panel. Then you tap on the edit icon right beside the setting icon.
Excuse me, where to find the control panel?
I mean, after you scroll down from your home screen, right? Do you see anything like setting, like just now what I did when I do a hotspot demo?
Any control panel?
Yeah, maybe sometimes they don't call this control panel, they can call it setting or navigation bar or whatsoever. It's as long as you have some icon here, then they allow you to do some shortcut things.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessary to call it control panel. Different Android phone will call it differently one.
Okay, I have this, the right hand thing, there's a pen there, the square.
Yeah. Maybe this means they allow you to edit the shortcut features. Basically, it's the edit features, which I will try to demo to you later also. No worry. Yeah. So after you select edit features, right? If you look at the second image, they have a message to tell you that drag the switches to rearrange them. The first features will be shown in the control panel, meaning what? If you want these features to be appear very often, you're gonna use it very often. For example, your Wi-Fi, your hotspot, your Bluetooth, then location, whatsoever, or your alarm, the kind of thing. If you want them to easy to toggle on and off easily, you drag them to top. Those you don't need, right? Then you can drag it to bottom, then they will hide it. Just take note that after you done rearrange the switches, right? You need to click on the done button at below. Else they won't save your configuration. So you need to take note. Okay, next. 关于安卓手机的一个特殊功能就是电池开关嘛，这是安卓用户的专属功能来的，苹果手机没有。在你的手机屏幕最上方，你往下拉过后，你会看到你的控制面板出现。有些的安卓手机未必把它叫成控制面板，也可能叫设置可能就是一个浏览器是什么的最主要是你会看到有些这种很多的标图出现，然后给你去按开关的，就是那个控制版面。然后你只需要点击建设一下那图标，然后你选择电池开关就可以了。
Can you tell me what's the difference between battery saver and ultra battery?
Oh, it's battery basically a different mode lah. For battery saver, they save until a certain they still allow you to do some things like open the app or something. But ultra power saver, they don't allow you to open the app lah. That's for my phone case. For my phone lah.
Okay.
It just this which one is saving more battery for you lah? That's the difference.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worry. Okay, 一样的就是关于那个偏气开关的是，当你调整好，就是你要经常有用到的那些开关呢，你可以把它往上拉，它会显示在你的控制面板上面。如果你不经常用，你不懂得去用它的那种开关，你可以把它往下拉，它就会藏起来，这样是更方便你在控制你手机的时候去方便使用一些功能了。之后当你调整完之后记得要点击那个完成，才可以保存你的更改，不然的话它是会没有保存到的。Okay, next.
Oh yeah, next we'll be going through how to the control panel for iOS. So for iOS, as you can see in the red square, you can actually turn on and off your mobile data from there. To turn on your Wi-Fi, you can as you can see in the icon in the green square, you can use that to toggle your Wi-Fi on and off. On the yellow square, you will see the Bluetooth icon. You can also turn on and off your Bluetooth using that icon. You can also turn on low battery mode through the control panel in iOS, which is located at the bottom, the last row in the control panel. Next.
我手机如何找到快速导航？就是首先红色方块首先是从屏幕的右上方往下滑，然后就会出现一个快速导航。然后红色方块里面代表着一个关闭移动数据或者是开启移动数据的，然后一个绿色方块的那个方格里面的代表着无线网络，然后那个黄色方格里面的代表着蓝牙，点击它可以打开，然后点击它可以关闭，然后橙色方块里面的代表着低电量模式。蓝色背景的代表着你已经把那个打开了。从图片里面可以看到我们把那个无线网络已经打开了。然后从那个白色背景的话，可以代表着它已经暂时关闭。对，比如说这个无线蓝牙，它已经暂时关闭。好 ，next。
Hello, can I ask a question? In iPhone, where do you find the battery icon?
Okay, so for iPhone, some of the control panel may not have had the low battery mode on inside the control panel. Maybe I'll just demo for you. Give me a minute. Maybe we will settle that at the end of the session, if that's okay with you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we'll be talking about downloading apps in both Android and iOS. Next.
现在我们会讨论，就是说如何下载应用程序。
Okay, so for Android to download an app, you can just go to the Google Play Store, and then you can tap on the search bar. Within the search bar, you can input keywords of the app you are looking for. So next.
安卓手机如何下载手机应用程序呢？首先进入到主页面，然后找到一个叫 Google Play 商店的应用，然后在 Google 商店应用里面的主页面，你可以点击搜索栏，然后在搜索栏里面输入你想要查找的应用关键字。然后 next。
Okay, so continuing from just now, you can just tap on the install button to start installation. for already installed apps, you can just there will be uninstall and open buttons which will appear instead. Okay, next.
在应用安装程序的页面里面，可以点击安装的按钮开始安装应用程序。对于已经安装的应用程序，它将显示卸载和打开的按钮。Yeah,
So for iOS to download an app, you can just go to the App Store and you can find the search icon at the bottom right hand of the screen. Next.
对于苹果手机如何下载手机应用程序呢？首先需要首先你要进入主页面，找到一个叫 App Store 的应用程序，然后在应用程序里面的主页面找到一个搜索，搜索通常位于屏幕的右下方。
So next you can enter the name of the app to download in the search bar. Once that will be the first picture. On the second picture on the extreme right, you can, once you have scrolled and found the app of your choice, then you can tap on the get button to install the app. Yeah.
然后在搜索页面里面，你可以点击搜索栏，然后输入你需要下载的应用程序，然后在那个搜索了过后，它会显示一系列的应用程序，然后滚动并找到你需要下载的应用程序，然后再点击获取的按钮，以便下载你所需要的应用程序。
Okay, so that will be all that we'll be doing today. So now I'll be giving you a brief summary of everything that we have covered thus far.
现在我们将为你总结我们说过的内容。
So for networking issues, we taught you how to utilize your airplane mode to turn it on, waiting about 10 seconds, and then turning it off in order to solve any networking issues you might have with regards to either your Wi-Fi or mobile data. We also mentioned that you could switch off your phone by pressing and holding the power button on the side, once again waiting for about 10 seconds and then switching it back on. Alternatively, if these methods do not work, you could probably consult someone who is more experienced in this to help you out.
关于网络的问题，我们首先可以使用飞机模式来解决。我们可以先开启飞机模式，等大约10秒钟后再把它关闭，或者我们也可以选择关闭手机。首先，我们按住侧边的按钮，等大约10秒钟后再开启手机。以后如果有需要，可以咨询技术专业人员。
For storage issues, we taught you how to close your background applications, uninstall unused applications, update or upgrade your OS version, or once again, if all else fails, you can consult an IT professional.
关于储存问题，我们可以关闭后台程序，或者卸载未使用的应用程序。同样的，我们也可以更新或者升级操作系统版本。以后如果有需要，您也可以咨询技术专业人员。
For battery issues, we taught you how to turn on your low battery power mode, or as earlier mentioned, the ultra power mode if you truly need your battery to be safe. You can use Wi-Fi instead of mobile data. You can turn off your Bluetooth when it is not in use. Once again, you can close background applications. You can reduce the brightness of your phone, or if your phone is getting in on its ears and you need to get a new one, you can consider that. Or alternatively, you could just purchase a new battery and replace your current.
关于延长电池使用时间的问题，我们可以首先开启低能量模式。我们也可以选择使用无线上网代替移动数据。在没有使用蓝牙的时候，我们可以把它关闭。同样的，我们也可以把没有在使用的程序在后台把它关掉。你也可以选择把你的手机亮度调到你可以看到的程度。如果你的手机已经用了很久了，你可以考虑买一台新的。
All right. Thank you everyone for joining the session. If you have any questions, once again, feel free to drop them in the chat. And please do help us do a favor by completing this feedback form located in the QR code over here.
Excuse me, good afternoon. May I know, will you be giving us all the slides?
Yep, we will.
Thank you.
我想请问一下我们手机本来它就是有很多种不同的那个应用程序的，那么我们没有用，比如假设我的日记那个买 book 啦，我的日记之类的我们没有用到，那么它也是会影响到那个电量吗？就是说我们没有 install 那个资料在 My File 那边它还是在我的手机里面有一个 app， 那么我们没有用，它还会消耗那个电量吗？
通常来说，你没有用的话，它是不会消耗你的电量的。通常消耗电量指的是你需要打开那个应用程序，并且那个应用程序在前台，就是你在用的时候，或者是你在后台，你把它切出去的时候，你没有关掉的时候，它才会消耗你的电量。对，你把它退出了，或者是你根本就没有把它打开过的话，它是不会吃掉你的电量。
我还有一个问题，就是那个移动手机，就是说我们HiFi 那边它有一个是移动的啦，另外一个呢就是说离线的，这些有什么分别？怎么样用法的？
移动数据流量应该是指的是你的 mobile data， 然后离线
它是在
指的应该是
WiFi 那边
offline。
的，它是在 WiFi 那边的。
WiFi 那边
它有两种，有一种是离线，就它的意思会不会是因为好像说我们离开了家里的 WiFi 就用这个离线的 WiFi， 还是怎么样的情形？
离线应该指的是 offline。然后
我不知道英文叫什么。
没有问题。离线指的应该是 offline， 就是你离开了家里，或者是你没有 WiFi 的时候使用的。就比如说移动数据，就是你离开家里，你没有 WiFi 了过后，它就会自动帮你切换到移动数据，它就会自动帮你用data。对。
它就会用data它就会转去用data的。
就是你没有 WiFi 的时候，它就会帮你用 data。
就好像人家坐飞机他们也是自动 automatic 就转去data那边的是吗？
坐飞机，因为飞机上面没有 WiFi， 所以它会自动。如果你有打开那个 data 的话，它会帮你自动用 data。
OK， 谢谢你。
Hi, I see that there's a question about airplane mode. So, as the name suggests, typically this will be used when you are boarding an airplane. So the purpose of airplane mode is actually to block off all network connections. So you will not be receiving any kind of messages and things like that. The reason is because this is to keep with airplane guidelines, right, where they do not want any kind of signals going through and no transmissions. So like the name suggests, typically this would be used when you are boarding an aeroplane. We do use this to kind of fix some networking issues sometimes, as we earlier mentioned, where you can switch on your airplane mode and then wait 10 seconds and switch it off to kind of deal with any kind of networking issues, whether it be your Wi-Fi or mobile data. The next question is, the latest version is Android 12. Yep.
How often do they change the, upgrade the version actually? How often? Because currently I'm using version 11. And sometimes after a while, they may not be able to support certain things.
Yes, okay. So typically it is about once a year. Sometimes it might be more, but I wouldn't really be worried about like your system being outdated. So because Android 11 is actually still considered kind of new. Not all phones have actually been upgraded to Android 12. So there isn't really anything to be worried about. Yeah.
To control the battery application running in the background.
Okay, so I think just now there was a question on how to show or how to find the low battery mode for iPhone. So I think
Hello,
I'll just
can I interrupt? I was the one who asked the question, and I actually went into battery, and I saw that there's this option low power mode. That means if you want, I activate it. But when do you actually use this low power mode? Do I activate it all time?
Actually, you can activate it all the time if you want to conserve your battery. Otherwise, usually this mode will be used when you're trying to preserve your battery life so that you don't have to charge it. Let's say when you're outside and you have no access to a power source, or you don't have like a power bank to charge your phone, then low power mode will then come in very handy. I think the way that you found low power mode was through going through settings, going to find battery, turning it on. Actually, there's a faster method to do it. So maybe I'll just share my screen.
Okay. So it's advisable to have this low power mode on all the time, especially when out.
It is okay to have it on now. Okay, so basically, if you see right now, there is the low power mode icon here. So once I turn on, you will see at the top, low power mode is on. So what you can do is you can go to settings. So when you first enter settings, you'll be at this page. So you can just scroll down and see, find the control center, which is here. This one. So when you enter control center, you can actually modify the controls which will the controls that you will be able to see in this control panel. So in this case, if let's say I remove low power mode, you won't be able to see in the control center anymore here. Right? So you can actually add the controls, but in this case, the low power mode is here. You just click on the plus, the green plus, and then once you add it, it will come up to here in the included controls. And then when you pull down from the top right hand corner for iPhone, then you will see that the low power mode, like the quick access control, is actually at the control center. Yeah, so that's actually a more it's a much faster way to be able to turn on low power mode rather than going to settings, scrolling down to battery, and then turning on low power.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Just to add on a bit, right? Earlier we mentioned the low power mode. So the thing that you want to take note about that is actually can you mute?
Oh, okay. Give me a minute.
Okay, yeah, right. So something that you want to take note when using low power mode is actually that it slows down your phone, right? So that is the reason why your battery life will be saved, right? Because you're actually slowing down the processing speed of your phone, and you also do other things like limit the network speed. So maybe if you're surfing the net, you'll realize that things load a bit slower. Additionally, the brightness of your phone will also be lowered, right? So a couple more questions I see are coming in. So, Ma'am Tan, you mentioned how you charge the what? No more already.
So in other words, you're trying to
not
say
yet.
that we shouldn't on the battery saver, is it?
You can switch it on if you want, but just take note that it will slow the phone a bit lah, right? Because that's how it saves the power.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Amanda, I saw you asking about the battery. So actually, if you want to preserve your battery life, it's a good practice to not always charge it to 100%, right? So maybe you can charge it to maybe 90% or 80% instead. This will actually help to preserve your battery life a bit longer, right?
And what is the time to charge then? Is below 50 or what?
It kind of depends on your personal usage, right? For me, usually I will only charge when I see it's at 30%. And some phones actually come with the feature to limit the charging percentage to maybe 80% or 90%. It's really just up to you. Yep.
So shouldn't charge to 100% in other words?
Yeah, try to avoid that if you want to preserve your battery life.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
How about normally we charging overnight?
Okay, so it's kind of unavoidable, but like I said, some phones do come with a feature where the instant you reach 80%, it'll stop charging, right? But if it doesn't, then there's not much you can do about that
Is
already.
it the iPhone they will stop when the battery charge reaching the maximum like 80 or 90%?
Both Android and iPhone actually have this feature.
But is
You
it
can
need to
probably,
be do setting?
Yeah,
yeah,
how to
it's
do the
inside the
setting?
settings.
How to do the setting?
Yes. Yes. You can. Yeah, I think Isabel will share for iPhone.
Okay, I'll just quickly share my screen again. Okay, so again, you go to settings. So what you can do is, so once you're at the main page, you just scroll down again to battery.
Sorry,
So when you
Isabel,
click
this
on
is
battery,
for iPhone or for Android?
this is for iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then when you go to battery, you can go to battery health. Inside battery health, you can see the maximum capacity, and then you can also see the optimized battery charging. So basically, the iPhone will learn your charging routine, so it will wait to finish charging to past 80% until you need to use it. So you can toggle it on and off as and when you prefer lah. Yeah, so that's
No,
how
when
you.
optimized battery charging we put on, then what is the battery maximum?
The maximum capacity.
Maximum
Yeah.
capacity, it basically it is relative to when your phone and your battery was new. So when your maximum capacity as your phone ages with time and your battery becomes not as good as it used to be, the maximum capacity will drop. But since the phone is relatively new, it's currently at 99%. Yeah, so basically this will measure I don't explain.
No, this maximum capacity, we can change it, is it?
Oh, okay, no.
No.
Oh, you can't change that.
Oh, just now we was talking about the healthy battery
You mute
charging.
first.
The
Go on.
healthy, just now the healthy battery charging is best to be 80%. So how we going to control this battery charging to 80%?
Oh, okay. So for iPhone and actually I had a look, right, Android as well. It's kind of good because the instant you turn on this optimized battery charging, the developers already set it for you. It will do the limiting for you already at 80%, right?
How they don't see the 80%? The maximum capacity is 99%. Is the phone healthy, the number lah? But how to set it to 80%?
Oh, no, okay. So maximum capacity, right, is, let's say when I first purchased my phone, right, 100% means I can use my phone for maybe 4 hours, right?
Yes.
This maximum capacity actually represents how long you can use your phone relative to when you first purchased it. So let's say my maximum capacity is now, it shows 70% now, right? So it will then mean that instead of 4 hours of usage, I can now only get about instead of 4 hours, it will be, what is this? Wait, let me just do the calculation. Oh, it will be about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, but how to control it to the battery to be charged until 80% is stopped by itself?
It's just the optimized battery charging function. Yeah, that will do that.
Where is it now?
As you can
Optimized
see on the
battery
screen.
charging
Yeah, you just select that and it will do that.
Then they will do we no need
Yes.
to state 80%. They also do until. Oh, okay. This one must be on
Yeah.
Okay. Can you show on the Android phone? This is the Apple. What about the Android?
Yeah, I'll share on my screen as well. Actually,
我想请问一下如果我们的手机的电量就是说我们80%也去 charge 电我们没有等到很低的时候就去 charge 电，我们每次20-30% less 我们就去 charge 电，这样对我们的手机会不会它的寿命比较短呢？ 影响到它的寿命比较短呢？
它不会影响到你的电话的寿命，因为38%还好，只要不要太低才去充电就可以了。
好像它是80%，或者是 less 一点点，让我们去 charge 呢，也是会影响到那个手机的寿命吗？
In other words, you're trying to say that must charge be above 30, not below 30, is it?
只要你没有就是 charge 到100%，如果你没有把你电话在100%很长的时间，那个你手机的寿命就会被影响到的。
好，谢谢。
No, so where's the time to charge battery? There is below 30 or above 30 or even further down?
It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. It's just whenever you feel like your battery is low, you can charge it. The main point here is just try to avoid charging beyond 100. So once you see it's 100 and you charge some more, that's when it starts to damage the battery.
Oh, okay.
But you know that I charge my phone quite often because it goes down very fast, because I recently changed my battery, but I don't think this is the original one. So that it went off very fast. 80% I start charging again. Otherwise, when I'm out, the battery really goes low. Is it okay or not?
I think it's fine. It could be that already there is a bit of damage to the battery, right? So at times like this, it's kind of unavoidable if you really need to have the charge to last you for the day. But maybe like if you were to get a new phone or if you ever replace the battery again, you can put these things into practice to preserve the battery a bit longer. Yeah.
So always charge at about 30, and charge until about 80%, but don't charge 80%, then don't charge. If you have 80%, just keep it until lower.
Yeah, you can just leave it around there.
Below 100.
Yeah,
95 still okay.
95 is still okay. As it starts to damage, only once you reach 100% and you still plug it in and it keeps charging, that's when it starts to do the damage.
还有一个问题，如果我们的那个手机在插电，我们忘记去check 到底是到了100% 没有，我们一直逗留比较长的时间，这样我们的手机会受影响吗？
只有那个 battery 咯。
影响到 battery 而已啦。
Yes.
To
my understanding
会影响。
它的寿命不会坏。
主要就是你只要charge超过100，就是比如说你已经charge到100了，然后你还要继续 charge 的话，这样才会影响到那个手机的寿命。
我知道的一点消息就是说，那个 battery 到了100，那个手机是会 automatic 关掉的，不是每一种手机都这样的吗？
没有啊，手机不会自动关掉啊。
不是说他自己 stop 没有 charging， 他还是一直在 charge 的。
No, so he's teaching us how to do the setting. So you're going to teach us how to do the
For most of the
setting.
phone, 他们是不会自动关掉的，他们会 keep charge your phone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But for the optimized battery charging, if we on it, then the even the phone we put on power, they will stop charging. Is it correct?
By right, it should stop charging once you reach 80.
Again, please.
By right, it should stop charging once you reach 80%, once you turn on that.
Okay.
Okay. Can you teach us how to do the setting?
So
I think Daniel will display it now.
Another thing, the low power mode we should be on, right? So that to stop the background.
Dark mode, instead of the dark mode, then you save battery.
Not to worry， 不用担心现在让我一边做demo一边再帮你们总结一下吧，这样子可能你们会更好去想象一下。For battery 的话，这个是安卓手机，你去到 setting 就是设置，去找 battery， 看到吗？这个 battery 的东西映射了，我点进去，当你看到这就好像我刚说的，我刚刚是看那边它只有一个 power saving mode 嘛。 ultra power saving。这个 power saving 就是不一样的东西，一个是省电，一个是更省电，这是一点。然后如果你要去找那个充电的问题的话，你去 more battery capping， 就是更多的电池设置。你点进去过后，你会看到安卓它也是有类似的功能啦。如果你按 Smart Charge 的话，它就好像刚刚我们讲 optimize iPhone 的 optimize charging， 就是为了让你的电池更耐久的话，通常它会充电比较慢，然后充到88天过后会自动停止。这个在什么时候要用呢？当你觉得你想更好的让你的电池更耐久、更耐用，你的手机打算一用5年了，你不想你的电池这样快坏掉，你就应该经常打开这个咯。如果你觉得 OK 的，我不会怎么去弄坏我的手机、弄坏我的电池，你可以随时关掉，也无所谓。你看，然后这个显示了，如果你这个的关掉的话，你的电池电量会直接插上满180%，除非你拔掉那个 wire 啦，你看 OK。然后 for battery capacity 的，就是当你打开之后，它就其实会充电到，比如180%是满嘛，它就只充到可能90、95这样它就停了。这也是为了让你的电池的寿命更长一点，就是更长寿啦，简单来说。So for English version, for Smart Charge is about the same thing as iPhone's optimized charging. So if you want to preserve the battery health, like you think that this one you're gonna use for many years, and you wish to preserve the health of the battery, you should turn it on often. Then, but sometimes you feel that just now there is one madam or asked about what if I gonna head out for quite long hours for specific day, then I think I need my phone to be 100% charged so I can use it for longer time. Then you off it first, then you charge until 100%. Yeah, after that, once you're at home, you got nothing much to do, then you can choose to preserve the battery health again. So it's like a very optional thing. You can do it as and when based on different situation, however you like. So 真的是很看个人的，所以不用担心。你觉得什么时候适合你就去做吧。这个你两个打开的话，它能做的就是更好让你的电池耐久。你两个都不打开的话，它也不会说特地会去损坏你的电池，只是说可能你就电池就正常用咯，没有什么影响的，只是给你多一个选择，明白吗？
我是中文的，刚才你说哪两个会可以帮助那个电池比较寿命长一点？你可以用华文讲吗？
可以，我重新开整个步骤啊。首先，我的手机主页，我去打我的设置在哪里，我点一下，你会看到一开始是上面的嘛，你慢慢往下拉，慢慢往下拉，你会看到有一个电池的设置 battery 青色的，然后进到去，还有我的安卓啦，它有2种的省电模式。如果你再往下拉一点，还有更多电池的设置，你点一下，然后你就是这2个咯，一个是 Smart Charge， 一个是 Smart Battery， 也就是说一个是智能充电，一个是Smart Charge， 还有 Smart Battery Capacity。
就是开这2个还是关？
这2个对，一个是把你如果你想更好保持你的电池的状态，你就开咯，你不开也无所谓啊。不开就正常用咯。最重要就像刚刚我朋友讲到的，就是尽量避免你的手机充电超过180%。只要180%或者99%，其实你就要拔电了，因为你想象你家里的电池的东西，你把它充电满了，你还一直去充，你基本就是在损坏你的电池，对吗？跟家里的电器是一样的。
对，但是但是它的 phone 不是有 smart battery capacity， 就是它自己会帮，好像你充到80、90，那么它会，我们还继续在电源里边，它会自己跟我 cut off， 对不对？
对，只要你开了 smart charge 的话，它到80它就 cut off 了。
OK，谢谢。
哦，如果我们没有开这个 Smart Charge，它就不会关的。
它就会一直 charge 到100，就算100了，还是当然帮你 charge，那是你的电池就可能问。
好像这样它的电流不是会回流的吗？
是啊，也是一种问题啊。如果是安全问题，有时候为什么我们说手机会爆炸，其实也是其中一个原因吧。有各种各样的原因，我们也是不好说的。可是只能建议你们充电时候要多注意咯。
OK， 很谢谢你。
不客气，不客气，能帮到你们，我们也很开心。
Can
OK， 既然我都 share screen 了
iOS 的
，iOS 哦，刚刚 demo 的，你想再看多一次是吗？
没有，刚才是 demo 这个 Android，How about iOS？
电池是吗？
对对。
OK since 我在 share screen 呢，可以再给我分享一个 Android 刚刚的 demo 吗？因为我们还没教你们关于 edit features 的，之后我们再回到 iOS 的电池好吗？
好。
OK， 这个 edit feature 跟我刚刚说的，就是它是一个快捷的东西啊 ，shortcut。
正汉，你这个哦，你这个 Hitachi 哦，不是那个 Hitachi， 对，没有。
呀，所以如果我要把我经常用的按钮放上来的话，我可以按我的第一次我会要去我主页先，我再一次主页，我往下拉过后，我看到我的控制面板了嘛。我在四则旁边还有一个格子按，调整那个开关的，我按一下，我进到这页面，它跟我讲，比如说我这个timer 东西，我觉得我平时没有讲到，我就拉下去，它就会不见。你们现在看到我的 timer 会不见的。如果我觉得我这个 screenshot 就是我想更快的去 screenshot 我手机的荧幕的东西，就把它拉上来咯。然后在这之间呢，你还可以调它顺序的，你这样把它拉，这样都可以的。这就是安卓的 edit feature 的功能，是给你们提供方便了。各种各样的模式，你要开关很快的东西。
Excuse me, can you explain in English?
Sure. I go to into a language, no worry.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so okay, I just done explain the Chinese version. 中文的基本上就是这样咯。然后 for English, for the edit feature, first you need to go to the home screen first. You just scroll down from the top of the screen, you're able to see the control panel, right? Right after the setting icon, you see this edit feature thing, you tap it one time. Then there will be an edit feature setting, you tap one more time. Then you will see this thing already. They will give you a hint to drag the features to rearrange them. The both features will be shown in the control panel. Meaning what? So if you want these certain features, for example, recorder timer, I'm not gonna use it very often, so I drag it down. So I just press and hold it one time, I drag down, drag it and drop down. Then I find that, maybe these screenshot features I'm gonna use it very often. I move up. Then this will appear inside the control panel already, right after you swipe down from the screen. So it's a very shortcut thing for you. And between the features, you can adjust the sequence of how you want to arrange them. It's very up to you. Very free one. That's how it works. So just remember that after you've done the arrangement, right, you must click the done button, else it will just back to the previous state, meaning you didn't save it. Yeah. You see, when I try to save exit without save change, right? They ask me want to save or not, I say cancel. Then you're back to normal already. I see, so I didn't make any changes. Something like this.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Yes. I see that the screenshot, I understand in Android, you cannot screenshot on the H365 app. If you open your slot, no one can see.
Yeah, 365, they don't allow us to print screen.
Okay, one thing I can think of is maybe the security privacy. You know, some apps or some contents inside a phone, they don't allow you to capture because there are some very sensitive information. For example, your account password, bank stuff, or your IC, that kind of thing. That's why they don't allow you to capture the screenshot. Yeah, policy thing. So that thing really cannot do something. But just now I show you the hotspot, right? Just now I go to hotspot setting again. After a person hotspot, actually after I create a configure hotspot, they are supposed to be the different screen display that I can set my username, password, all those. But when I tap it here, right, you see a black screen. Why? It's to tell you that this is a certain policy that don't allow you to share your sensitive information online. Even I want to capture the screen. Okay, they will come on this message one. Get back first. Can you see there's a message come out? Unable to take a screenshot of private content. This is what happened. It might be that case or other case that certain apps don't allow you to capture along. Ken? Hello?
Yeah, thank you. But I thought the Health 365 appointment one is nothing private. If let's say your IC or whatever, you say the SingPass and all the government body that don't allow you is understand.
Yeah. But it might be the developer or the one who owns this app, they don't want you to capture it. Who knows?
Yeah, correct. Can I ask you a question about WhatsApp? How come when we
WhatsApp, so sorry. This one, the topic we didn't cover today. Maybe next time you can try to feedback to your Gary.
Fine.
So sorry about that.
No,
so
worry.
now please allow my friend to share about the iOS one. Thank you.
Okay, now I will be sharing on how to turn on the basically it's how to turn on the low battery mode in iOS. So you can see here, you can go to the settings. Then when you enter settings, you just scroll down to battery, and you press on battery, and you will be able to. Oh, so sorry. Then you'll be able to see the low power mode. Currently, low power mode is on, but whenever you like, you can turn it on or off. So right now, once you press it again, it will be toggled off, and you will see at the top that the battery is now white and it's not yellow. But when you turn it on, it'll be yellow basically. Another way to do it is to add it to your control center. So like I said earlier, you can just go to settings, you can go to control center. When you go to control center, you can see there's controls that you can add, like your alarm, stopwatch, but in this case you're only looking at low power mode. So if let's say right now low power mode is an included control. So if I pull down from the top right hand corner, you will see there's low power mode. There will be low power mode in the control center. However, once I remove it, you will see that it disappears from the control center. Okay, so basically to edit, if let's say it's not in your control center as of yet, then you can go down to more controls. Then you click on the plus next to the low power mode and add it to your control center. Right now it's the last one in the included controls. And then when you drag down from the top right hand corner, you will see the low power mode icon. And if it's a white background, it means that it is on. Low power mode is on. Once I press it again, you will see at the top low power mode is off. Yeah. I hope that like explains to you how to turn on low power mode in iPhone. Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, I think if there are no further questions, once again, I'd just like to ask everyone to please do us a favor by scanning the QR and doing a survey for us. Yeah. If there's nothing else, feel free to leave, I suppose. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming again. Once again, please do help us do the survey by scanning the QR over here. Thank you.
谢谢你们。
不客气。 希望你们学到宝贵的知识，可以帮到你们。Okay, I hope everyone gets some valuable information and enjoy the entire sharing by us. Thank you.
因为你们有中文有华语讲解，我们会比较明白啦。因为英文我们一知半解，不清楚。很谢谢你们的讲解。
没有了，结束了。
OK， 拜拜。
拜拜，谢谢。
拜拜，谢谢。
拜拜，
下次见。
拜，谢谢啦。
谢谢，拜拜。